This is a content warning. All episodes of Mysteries Unknown may include foul language, fantasy violence, blood and gore, and worst thing of all, sexual content. Listener discretion is advised.
The city. At first glance, it would appear to be that everything is seemingly normal in this bustling and hustling city. However, not all is to what it appears to be. The mist covers the entirety of this place in a deep purple fog to hide that which could be considered superstitious and paranormal. As the fog rolls through, the milkman that delivers your milk might become the stretched out figure of the crooked man, or the lovely teller at your bank may turn into the incarnation of Queen Cleopatra herself. Only you, referred to by others like you as Rifts, can see through the mist and see these weird and stunning changes in people that have been touched by its power. This is but one of the many instances that happen in this city.
Hello, listeners. Welcome again to the Mysteries Unknown podcast. As we are running a brand new case by City of Mist, V is for going viral. And I will let my players introduce themselves, starting with Codi. Or Chesh, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Cheshire. I'm going to be playing Codi Hallowell. She is one of the high school cheerleaders and the Rift of Bloody Mary.
Next we have Javii.
Hey, my name is Javii. I'm going to be playing, I almost said Codi, Aidan Kent, and he is the school jock, and he is the rift of the bottom of the ocean.
And last but not least, we have Devil.
Hello, I am Devil. I'll be playing Marcus Du Bois, the rift of everyone's favorite space ninja, Yoshimitsu.
Awesome. And I don't know, sorry, Codi, Chesh, I'm getting confused here now. I'm hearing myself coming off on your end.
I'm not sure how to stop that because my mic was up. I might just have to mute in session to see if that helps. Let me click the button and then you can see if it works.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Sorry about that, folks. Podcasting struggles are real here, so
It happens.
Yeah, if that's what I have to do to mute, then I'll just do that. It's perfectly fine.
all right. So once again, we are doing the official City of Mist case. V is for going viral. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Ready, Eddie.
Yeah, let's go.
All right then. The city. Even in the shadows of the daylight, there are many things at work that can be considered both superstitious and paranormal in the city where gods and monsters exist. The milkman coming down the road, once that purple mist rolls through, he becomes the stretched out figure of the crooked man himself. The teller at your bank may just happen to be the incarnation of Queen Cleopatra herself. This is but one of the many mysteries of this city. We hear as the bell rings at the high school in the city, Hollywell High. Currently, it is now Spirit Week on this busy Friday afternoon. The kids are all going to classes, stopping by lockers. The nerds are all in the corner, geeking out over the latest trading card game. The jocks are all messing around, causing trouble. You have the mean girls walking down the halls like they know everything. And then we introduce our cast of characters for this game. Chesh, would you like to introduce Codi and kind of give a description?
Codi is probably hanging out with the cheerleaders, either corner of the gym, corner of the hallway. They're definitely gossiping about who knows what, but she is roughly like 5'5", 5'6", blonde, blue eyes, everything that a stereotypical pretty teenager would be. Probably still in her cheer uniform, considering, and keeping an eye on the things going on around, seeing if there's anything she can lock into to gossip about.
As you are looking around, I'll just give you this one right away. You hear about several people are whispering about the newest group that has been making its ways around the school, only known as the Infection Gang. And it's just, they're not really part of any crowd. It's just a mismatched bunch of people, to your knowledge. But the fact that they just kind of came up and they're kind of getting like a bigger crowd now is kind of ominous.
Sounds like a bunch of goth posers, but never know for sure. Probably just try to go listen in. Be Snoopy.
Alright, and as you are doing that, the camera's going to pan around the school, and we now get to introduce Aidan. Take it away, Javii, and give us a good description of your character.
Yeah, so Aidan is a visually very tall and like big individual, right? He's probably, again, hanging with like the other I guess athletes of the school. I'm assuming we are in the gymnasium, right? Right now?
It's up to you if that's what Aidan's doing this time, so.
Oh, so we can be anywhere. Okay, so Aidan is probably, to be honest, in the swimming pool area of the gym. Or of the school, right? He's probably, getting some last minute reps in. I didn't mention, but Aidan is a part of the swim team and the water polo team. He is probably one of the top scorers of the school team, and he's like, very popular, and he's like a known figure in the school, right? So he's probably like on his lonesome, just doing a few laps in the pool, trying to get ready for, I guess, the big Spirit Week. And yeah, like there would be no one else in the pool. Like, I guess he has access to it, right? So yeah, he's just getting some reps in.
All right, and I'll say as you do your final lap, you see your swim coach, Coach Jackson. Basically, he looks like your kind of stereotypical high school coach of any sorts. Kind of a bigger guy, but not too big. Ball cap of the high school's team, so it's the Hollywell Hellions.
Yeah,
with a tiny little cherub devil right on patched onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dark-skinned man. He's got like a thick, bushy mustache, no beard.
Yeah.
And he's holding the timer in his hands as he clicks it as you hit the wall for your last lap. And Coach Jackson just goes, "Well, Aidan, way to go. That's another good record for you."
What was my time, Coach? Hit me with it.
It was 2 seconds faster than your last one.
Okay, all right. Probably gonna try to shave off another second off of that, maybe 2 seconds, but we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. And I sort of ask him, like, so what's the plan with Spirit Week or Spirit Day today? I don't even know what's going on with that.
It's sports team day, if I recall, and he opens up his little like one of those thin jackets that also sports at school, but he opens it up and he's got like a NFL football team, just a random one on there. It's just like just not being specific for copyright purposes. So
yeah, for sure.
And it's just like, yeah, it's sports team day. So if you got a sport you like to do or not, or you just want to represent the school even more than usual, wear what you want.
Okay.
Just don't forget to put on your underwear like you did last time.
Gotcha. Yes, for sure. I will be wearing underwear, Coach. Don't worry.
All right, now hit the showers, and I'll see you next week for practice. Enjoy your weekend, but not too much fun. And he walks off.
For sure. And I sort of, hop out of the pool, get ready. I'll probably be most likely be wearing my school Letterman jacket, Yeah, and I get ready and I make my way to wherever most of the festivities are happening. If it's in the gymnasium or outside on the field, wherever the bleachers are probably. But wherever the action is happening, that's where I go to next and make my way there.
All right, so as you are changing, you head out to go to find the festivities for the day. camera once again travels through the school, and we now get to see Devil's character introduced to us, Marcus, and what he looks like.
All right, so Marcus is average height. He's about 5'9", 5'10", with a fairly cut build. He's maybe like a tier below Peter Parker in terms of like muscular structure. He probably the thing that stands out about Marcus the most are his dreadlocks. He has a lot of them. They are shoulder length, and he wears them in every style and color imaginable. Currently, he actually has like two twin tail. He has them in twin tails, and they tips are dyed white and green with a bunch of like metal rings running through them. He currently is in the student council's like little room where they do meetings and discuss various like topics for the school to do over the coming like months and whatnot. And I imagine he's probably in there with maybe one or two other members of the student council just finalizing a few bits of paperwork, and he is the treasurer, so he's getting his like ledger. He's basically doing like the budget and the ledger and things of that nature, and yeah, he's trying to get it done so he can get out of here.
All right, so I'll say you're currently with the president of the school council, and it's just a football player for the high school for the Hollowell Hellions, and his name is John. And John is basically as much of a jock as one can be. All muscle, not much brain to go behind it though. And so you're kind of left to pick up most of the slack when it comes to like a lot of figuring out like what to do with like some of the school funds that are given to you all for like festivities and all that. And of course this whole Spirit Week thing was pushed majorly by him and some of his other buddies that are on the student council as well. And you were just kind of like, okay, guess we're doing this. So it's a lot more gaudy than a normal Spirit Week would be for sure.
All right. So upon maybe finalizing that work, he would ask Marcus. I'm sorry, his name was Marcus, right?
Your name's Marcus.
No, my name is Marcus. I am.
You're Marcus. The jock school president is John.
John. Sorry. Marcus would ask John. So is that all on the docket, President? Am I free to go?
John just kind of just glances it's like if you were to glance at something but you're not really reading what's on it, you're just looking it over, like not caring. He has that kind of look on his face as like his one of the dance team girls is like hanging off of his side, being all flirtatious with him and all of that, just super obnoxious. And you can see like one of the other council members across the table was just kind of like fake gagging like to himself. And John's just like, yeah, sounds good, boy. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry, I meant to say bro. Thanks for asking.
All right. Well, with that being said, I hope you all have a good weekend. I'll see you all soon. And Marcus, he will pick up his bags and leave.
And as you are leaving, would Codi be like walking down the hall, or what is she doing by now? Or is she still like in the hallway just talking?
She's probably walking down the hall trying to see if she can latch on to somebody who either is talking about this supposed new group or seems like they might be in something like that. She's definitely being judgy of like clothing and stuff. Like, this sounds like some sort of like anarchist, torn clothes, shoddy hot topic jacket, like trying to find some sort of dirt. So she is probably wandering the halls.
All right. So let's do our first roll of this session and roll for investigation.
Alright, let's do it. Let me see. How do we do rolls in the channel?
Oh, I didn't have the dice spot. I thought you all were going to use physical dice to do your rolls. I'm sorry.
I mean, I could potentially. Let me grab mine real quick.
Oh, I do have the dice rolling channel on here. I forgot.
Perfect.
I believe. It's it's like /roll and type in 2d6, and then what tags are you going to use for this?
Let's see. I have, I think mostly my confidence, and I can tell if people are lying, so I would be able to latch on to if they're just like pretending.
So you said confidence and can tell if someone's lying?
Yep.
All right, so that's +2 for that roll then.
Cody's ears to the streets right now.
So 9.
All right. Oh, that just did something. Oh, you did in the general channel instead of dice rolling channel, so.
Oh, I didn't know this is a channel. Now I do.
And you can also, when you type it in, you can do 2d6, and then you can do like +2, +3, all over. So you don't have to add the rolls after the roll. You can add it to the roll as well, so.
Very nice. Got it.
Sorry, folks. I was having people roll their physical dice for so long, I forgot that I have a dice rolling channel on this one, so.
I'm used to just using Roll20, so it's alright. We're all on the same page.
All right, so you get 2 clues, and of course they may be fuzzy. So,
all right. So I guess the first one would be: does she hear anyone specifically mentioning the group with more detail than just like they exist, like talking about maybe like a hangout spot or like potential members?
okay, so already starting off fuzzy with some of the clues.
Yeah.
So you overhear students talking about how a lot of students have been kind of like disappearing for like days on end. But then they would like, after a few days, they would just suddenly reappear. And no one really knows where they go. No one's been able to figure out. But basically it's like they would disappear, and then when they're back, they're now part of this new gang, this new group that's in the school hierarchy.
Mm-hmm. Start taking notes alongside. Does she catch any names? Or potential, like, brother of Chad or something like that?
You hear several names flowing around, and it's basically just everyone talking about all the different students have just kind of disappeared, reappeared, part of this new group now. So no one's being specific, it's just everyone's just been talking about this.
Fair enough.
And I'll say, as you hear that and you're making your way down your hall, that's when you see, as Marcus is stepping out of the room from the student council meeting.
Mm-hmm. So she'd probably, like, make eye contact, give one of those, like, small nods of, like, I acknowledge you there.
Marcus understands. He'll nod back and keep head where he's heading.
It's like it's like the up tilt head nod, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just a little like, hey. She would probably like hold her finger up for just kind of like having him hold still for a second and play it off kind of casual and be like, have you heard of this group going around?
I haven't.
Apparently some infection gang and people are going missing to join it or something.
Infection gang, that sounds troubling.
Sounds like a poser goth group trying to be cool.
Maybe. But then again, maybe not. And then he kind of implying like, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, maybe. The going missing part's weird. Like, they doing some weird hazing ritual?
I mean, I guess it's possible. All kinds of weird groups tend to pop up around here. Who knows?
And I'll say I'll just go really quick and say, as you two are having this conversation, this is when, Aidan, you are coming around the corner in all your normal clothes, your high school regalia, and that's when you see Codi and Marcus talking.
Yeah, like I come around the corner, like I'm shuffling my hair because it's like still kind of wet. You probably see like a couple students behind me going like, look, there's Aidan, look, there he is. And I sort of walk up to you guys and I'm just like, yo, sup, what's going on, guys?
Not much. How's the record coming?
I shaved off like 2 seconds. I was aiming for 3, but you know, we'll work to it. Spirit Week though, huh? Like, it was pretty nice. Is there anything planned so far? I've been completely out of the loop.
Well, today is the last day for it. I believe it's the day for all the various sports teams to get together and show off what they can do and brag about their achievements for the year.
So I guess that is me, right?
That'll be you, the football team, and I believe the basketball team as well. I know the basketball team did win the regionals, so they're happy about that.
Good for them. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should get ready for that. But yeah, what's new? New guys. Codi, I'm kind of surprised that you're hanging out with us.
I'm not hanging out with you.
That is true. Okay.
She's simply using us to get information, or me specifically.
Listen, I'm asking if you knew things about this weird gang coming in. That's all.
I told you I didn't.
As far as anybody else is concerned, I'm asking about our budget for the performances.
Whoa. Gang? Weird gang? What are you talking about?
Yeah, infection gang, people going missing. Strange, dumb crap. It's just weird.
Are we just gonna glaze over the fact that people are like disappearing?
Nope.
No, but sadly we can't do much at the moment, seeing as how we're in school. But we only have a few hours in the day left, so we'll meet up at your car, Code, and go from there.
Yeah, I can give you a ride home after school. And she kind of looks around a little bit.
Make sure no one's watching. It's like, okay.
And making sure no one's actually taking what she says the wrong way either.
I'll just give you a ride home after school so that, you can get there on time.
Fair enough.
And as you all are finishing this conversation, you all start hearing commotion coming from the direction of the principal's office, and several students running towards that direction to go see what's going on.
Oh no!
Just Cody puts her hand on her face, I don't want no.
All right, let's go, guys. Let's see what this is about.
You guys go first, and I'll follow the other way.
Okay.
She'll just kind of go at the opposite side of the hallway to go see herself.
Question: How high are the lockers from the ceiling?
How high are you?
What's the gap? Is it enough to crouch walk?
I'm completely confused by the question. What do you mean crouch? You're not as tall as the school. If that's
No. What I mean is, could I get on top of the lockers, crouch down, and then crouch walk military, Metal Gear on top of the.
Are you trying to use the top of the lockers like a shelf to
Yeah,
I'm literally trying to run across the top of the lockers because there's a crowd of people.
He's literally trying to cronk his way to the commotion.
Legit.
That's what he's doing right now. It's dum 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 dum.
I don't even think that would be necessary, because if you're walking with me, people will probably naturally just move out of the way. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, you can just part the seas for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You two can be seen together. That's fine.
I now activate the mythos of Moses and part the sea of students.
He's the bottom of the ocean anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So Javii and Marcus are going together, following the other students, while Codi is making her way around to kind of to keep her reputation intact. Still, I guess.
Yeah. Cody's too cool to be seen with us. So
yeah, no.
So.
Aidan's fine, but Aidan's hanging around with you, so I have to kind of, it's no big deal.
I'm going to say it takes Codi just a little bit longer to get there since she's kind of going around. So
Absolutely.
Marcus and Javii, you guys get there first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how tall is Aidan compared to Marcus?
Aidan is about, not going to lie to you, 7 foot tall. He's a big boy.
He towers over. Marcus is average height. He is 5'9".
Yeah, he's a tall, a biggin. You know what I mean? He's a big boy.
So I'll say that so you all get there, you're kind of behind everyone. There's a decent crowd of students just kind of watching what's happening, as the principal's office, one of those see-through offices where you can see, but it's everything's kind of muffled by the glass windows. But Aidan can immediately make out Cody's dad, Principal Hollowell. Don't know why I messed that up.
Good.
Seeming getting in an argument with an older female. Cody, what does your dad look like?
Oh boy.
Mysteries Unknown will return after this message.
Crime in this city is tough. As a top detective in the precinct, I have to be even tougher and rougher on the scum of the city. Which is why there's no better coffee I trust to keep me on my toes than a nice hot cup of homebrew coffee. On a normal day on the job, a cup of the good old Sacred Flame roast with its blend of dark chocolate and fruit makes it not just flavorful, but keeps my nose to the curb as well. And for those long nights of paperwork and clue finding, just a single cup of one-shot espresso is all I need to get my grind in the gear and get going. So, whether you're hunting down the bad guys or just crunching numbers at the office, get yourself a nice batch of homebrew coffee. When the going gets tough, homebrew makes you tougher. Visit www.thehomebrewcoffeehouse.com for your made-to-order fresh roasted coffee today.
And now, back to Mysteries Unknown.
Definitely, like, top tier suit. We're talking, like, he looks about as rich as possible. I don't know any, like, rich suit brands to be able to say anything.
Armani.
Sure, definitely.
Armani suit, yeah.
Like, high-class cologne. This guy is the type who, like, when he walks into a room, he commands it.
Does he have hair? That's
yeah,
important.
I'm gonna say yes, and it's probably, like, perfectly, like, what is
Slick
it?
back,
Yeah, like, definitely slicked back. He has the, like, 5 o'clock shadow, but, like, the perfect one. Like, he shaves it all nice and angled. Like, definitely
So
takes
Silver
care of
Fox.
himself. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we'll go with, like, Silver Fox. I hate it, but yeah, we'll go.
Silver Fox, like, white hair, like 5 o'clock shadow, white beard, but it's like very well put together,
Proper Foxy Grandpa.
Yeah, probably
Look,
in his,
he
like,
can't
mid-
be that old.
Yeah, no, he's like in his mid to like I would say like
Mid-50s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mid-50s for sure. Yeah,
Fancy rings, probably a cane he doesn't actually need.
yeah. I see the vision.
All right, so here's what how I'm going to have this scene kind of play out. If you all want to try to get closer to see if you can try to hear more of what's going on, I'm making that a go toe to toe roll as you're trying to like push your way through the students. But if you're going to try to do an investigate roll to see if we can hear from there, I'm going to start y'all off at a -1 for the distance from where y'all are at.
I'm going to ask if it's possible for Aidan to be like to see if he can make his way into the principal's office, right? Because while everyone else is sort of like standing outside because they don't want to go in, I feel like Cody, being like a senior, being on the the school athletics team and like kind of being like the known figure in the school, is comfortable enough to sort of go in and ask like, hey, what's going on? What I mean?
Absolutely not. My dad
I still
doesn't
want
need
you
to
to
know I'm
roll go
snooping.
toe to toe for that, and then
Wait,
let
hold
me
on,
see here.
Hold on, Cody. What? Absolutely not. For
She probably doesn't want her dad like knowing she's snooping and like listening in on him. That's not going to make him very happy, and I don't think she wants to.
Apparently, at this
upset
moment,
him.
this is happening. Cody's not there yet.
Yeah.
So is what I'm gonna. So at this point, Aidan is going kind of based on his own instincts. Like Cody's not there to stop him just yet. So
okay.
So, but I'm still gonna say, roll go toe to toe to get through the crowd. But I will give you a +1 because that argument you made was really good. So I'll start you off with a +1 right off the bat.
Oh wow. Okay. Sweet. Let's see here. I did have my sheet open. Here we go. Yeah. So go toe to toe. Let me roll with. Oh, I have tags for this. I'm gonna use mostly from my turf theme. I'm gonna use King of the School, the Tea, or Gossip, and gets special treatment. That's pretty much my whole turf theme. But I'll also throw in the weakness tag. I'm a bit overconfident, or often overconfident. So maybe me thinking that like I can just like butt into a like, you know, an argument is kind of me going in over my head a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to activate that weakness tag too if you didn't say it. So
Yeah.
Roll +3 then.
+3. Go. Okay, so /roll 2d6 +3. All right, boys, you ready for the first fail of the game? Oh, unironically.
Oof.
I was hoping you were kidding.
My first roll was a snake eyes. This is great.
Ooh.
I have to ask, who would your rival be in the school?
You said that there was another jock, right? Like John, I think you said?
John is student council president that Marcus has to deal with. But for Aidan, who would be like his rival on the swim team?
Chad.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Make him a Chad.
Yes, Chad.
So
Stereotypical Chad.
and Chad is just a few inches shorter than you, which is why he hates your guts right off the bat because you're taller than him. And you get like a little ways in with, I'll say you're able to still pull Marcus behind you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just like, excuse me, guys, excuse me.
And then boom, as you bump into Chad, and he just turns around and glares down at you. Up at you, actually, since he's a few inches shorter than you.
Oh, hey, Chad. Could you excuse me? I'm trying to get through here.
While he's doing that, Marcus is going to try to just sneak on by.
Yeah.
Ooh. Roll sneak around, and I'll have you. Yeah. Start with a +1 because Aidan is going to be distracting Chad, so that way they won't see you go either.
Also, I'm going to see, obviously GM's to us here. I'm going to use my logos tag of like my martial arts training for calm mind and sleight of hand. The calm mind is just to kind of, you know, keep focus, and the sleight of hand is to move my hand in just the right way to kind of nudge people, you know, left or right, so I can shimmy on by.
Yeah, roll +3.
Nice.
So yeah, Marcus is going to attempt to do this as Aidan. You see as Chad just crosses his arms, still glaring at you, as like two of his buddies are like trying to form like this little wall to keep you from going forward.
Hey guys, what's going on?
10.
All right. Yeah. So as this is happening, Marcus, you're just able to sneak your way through the shadow. Not the shadows, the students.
I mean, technically, it is kind of through the shadows.
The shadows of the students.
I'm doing like the Assassin's Creed thing. I'm like blending into the crowd. Just
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
And I'll say Codi comes out from the other side and Liz looking at Principal Officers right as she sees Marcus like appear out in front of the crowd of students.
All right, well, that's good. She'll probably stand like off to the side near like the popular kids, kind of try and get like close to the front, but not like fully. Like I think that's like a toe-to-toe, kind of like trying to wiggle her way to where she can be able to see things, but without being seen herself. Unless that's sneak around technically. I guess I'd have you pick which one that is.
Well, I was going to say there's not as many students on this side that you came from. They were more from the other side that Marcus popped out of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, yeah, if you want to get closer, it's going to be sneak around. And Marcus, you're just going to be able to join her right off the bat because you rolled that success. I'll let you still be able to sneak up and join her right next to her right there too, so you can both like listen in.
Okay.
So, but what tags are you going to use for sneak around?
I think I'm going to use my confidence again and the fact that I'm part of the cheerleading team because like people kind of know, get out of my way. I'm a cheerleader.
All right.
Do the rolls in the right channel this time.
Yeah, and don't forget that you can also do like the plus for how many power you're adding to it as well.
2d6 plus 2. Do I have to put a space, or will it do it on its own?
Yeah, space. So /roll space.
Let's see if that works. It did. Good. 9.
All right, so not really. Like you see, like a couple students are just basically the complication for that is this: a couple students are just kind of watching you do this as you like sneak through them and get closer towards the principal's office area and you see your father arguing with this woman, and I'll say that as Marcus joins you, you both are close enough. Who would be more familiar with like people in the school and their parents out of the two of you?
I say Cody.
Probably only on the off, like her having to hang around the school when like parent-teacher conferences are going on and stuff. I don't think she pays attention to everyone, but she probably would notice if somebody's of note, I guess.
She probably knows from like gossiping between the other cheerleaders too, right? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, she would absolutely know like the cheerleading team parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like if
individual students, just the students.
Yeah. But yeah, if like there's somebody who comes around more often or like somebody of note, like I said, her dad's kind of the only family thing there, and if she has to like go home with him or something or hangs out afterwards, it would be something she could pay attention to. So I guess it would depend.
All right, so Marcus and Cody, I'll have you both roll to investigate to see if you can overhear what is being shouted out about in the principal's office. So, Chesh first. What tags do you want to use for investigation?
Well, I've got my only family because I've got the card about my dad, so that would be a thing. Then I guess just my confidence.
+2 then.
My go-to.
How do I roll a double 1 on my first roll?
Because you just needed to like prove to people.
That only means it's going to be smooth sailing from here for you then, hopefully.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Nice.
Okay, so you'll have 2 questions, but before we get into that, for Marcus, what tags for investigation?
I would say just calm mind. That's the only one that makes sense, to just kind of quiet out all the noise around him and focus in on the conversation in the principal's office.
All right, +1.
Or I'm in 7. I'm hitting every button on my keyboard but the right ones.
All right, so you'll get 1 fuzzy question. Go ahead. Since you only had the one, we'll start with Marcus first. What's the question?
Is the principal yelling? Like, is he raising his voice? Is he like, does he sound upset?
Okay, so the woman in here is just hysterically like bawling and yelling at Principal Halliwell as you kind of make out like a couple words here, like daughter missing since yesterday, and he's talking. It's like one of those like very cold, stern voices, but just like an octave higher. He's not yelling, but this is like very commanding tone of volume.
Okay.
All right. And so, all right. So Cody's 2 questions.
It would help if I clicked the unmute button. Do I recognize who is yelling at him?
So you know that this is the mother. Her name is Allison, and her daughter is a girl by the name of Emily Craig. Kind of just one of those, not really anyone particular that you know of. She's just she's one of those people that's like, she gets along with everyone, not really part of a certain crowd. She's just kind of there for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And you also hear like the hysterical bawling and yelling, my daughter missing since yesterday. And your father he's trying to calm her down, but he's also just having none of it at the same time.
I know that tone.
So it's another missing student's case.
Mm-hmm. So since yesterday.
And Aidan is still having to deal with the Chad, so
yeah,
that's all this is going
Chad.
I guess my second question would be like, oh god, I lost it. No. Oh, why specifically is she getting mad at my dad? Like, how is she framing this as it's like his fault? Like, did she go missing during the school day? Because it feels weird for her to be yelling at the principal over something that could have happened outside of school or something. Like, why is she mad specifically at him?
What you can kind of make out from what Allison is saying to your father is that Emily apparently did not come home from school yesterday. And of course, the city knows about what's been going on with like the disappearing kids and all that. And of course, this is the city. Cops aren't doing jack squat half the time. But then what's also been happening is like they disappear for a few days and then they come back.
Right.
So no one's been putting it as a high priority. And she's basically thinking like, I don't want this. And she's basically being like, I don't want my daughter to be one of these cases again where I'm worried sick out of my mind and something could happen to her.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Fair enough. So yeah, she kind of like give Marcus a look of especially because she did mention the gang to him and whatnot. So this is kind of furthering that this is actually a problem.
And then everyone just hears as your father with this booming voice says, "How dare you accuse me of such miscreant happening in my school? The cops have already been informed. There is nothing I can do. Leave my office." And you just all see as the door swings open and Allison just runs out still like bawling hysterically. And your father just kind of steps out, kind of straightens his suit, runs a hand through his hair, looks at all the students and is like, "Party's over!" And everyone just runs off.
Yep, I'm gonna mall walk my way out of the way, but kind of probably look at Marcus like, give some sort of indication to Marcus to like grab Aidan so that they can go hide somewhere and talk. Do we have like a space that we hide in? We should have a space.
As you and Marcus are about to like turn tail and walk, you suddenly hear, "Hold it, young lady."
Damn it. Slow turn on her heel, turn around.
And I think Marcus is still like trying to tiptoe away, and he's like,
Marcus would like when he hears that he would kind of spin around really quick, look the principal in his eye, and he would say, "Sir, if you don't mind, I do need to borrow it. It's for student council, and it has to do with the student council and the cheerleading squad."
"Silence!" Both of you come in my office.
Oh no.
And Aidan, as everyone is like disappearing, you see as Marcus and Cody walk into the principal's office.
Oh no. Is Chad still there? Like with like the other swim team members?
No, when the principal told everyone to leave, basically leave, it's like Chad and his two little goons. Basically think of the think of more like jock versions of Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Got you. Okay.
Your token bullies.
Yeah, alright. And there's always three of them too.
That one guy from Back to the Future just tripled.
The rules of three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
So yeah, Chad and his two goons leave you alone and you see Marcus and Cody walk into the principal's office. The principal walks in and shuts the door.
So I think in that instance, I'm not going to try to, I guess, worsen the situation. I'm going to wait for them in our meeting spot. Now, I guess we could kind of agree or decide on what that meeting spot is, if it's like behind the school in the parking lot or,
Actually, as one of my tags, I have I don't know the technical term for this. I said school alcove. There's like a little cutout area where you can just kind of sit down and like chill and vibe. I think we would meet there.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually going to text Cody or Marcus, or one of them. I'll just be like, what am I gonna say?
We probably have like a group chat that we have just between us.
Exactly, yeah.
So I have an idea for this alcove. So I had this thought in my head that this high school was just like a really smaller high school at one point. But then because of Mr. Principal Hollowell putting so much money into it, it basically was like rebuilt and added onto like over the years. But then like I think in my high school, we have like an old basketball gym that doesn't really get used for anything. And because it's such a staple, they leave it there. So I'm thinking like you still have like an old, like small basketball stadium that never got torn down or rebuilt. It's just still there.
Yeah.
So I think that would be like the quote unquote alcove for you guys is the old basketball gym.
So I'll text them and I'll be like, damn, That sucks. Meet me by the meet me in the basketball stadium once you guys finish getting yelled at, and I'll sort of make my way there.
All right. So, yeah, Cody and Marcus, you feel your bones vibrate, but you don't, like, take them out just yet as you sit down across from Miss Principal Hollowell.
Nope. We can stay right there.
And so he just sits down, and it's like this is a desk that should not be what a principal of a high school should have. This is like very
Straight
much
up mahogany.
mahogany.
Mahogany, like trimmed in gold. He's got some kind of big ornate decoration on it.
Yeah.
I feel like when we talked about the mahogany desk, it's from like the Dragon Ball Z abridged version where it's like forged from the fiery depths of hell itself.
Probably.
This tree specifically came from this one rainforest. It's the last of its kind.
Yeah, it's literally the last tree of its kind. It was and it was cut down to like
Make a desk.
Yeah.
Lordy.
Yeah,
No, this is filling the character for sure, yep.
and there's other trinkets all around his office that a principal high school shouldn't have. Like there's a chunk of like the Titanic hanging on the wall somewhere. Just like a piece of metal that's got like a T on it and an
This
part of
is
an
absolutely
eye.
a meteor in this case over here.
There's a monkey's paw on the shelf.
Oh no, don't touch it.
Absolutely some like insert endangered species here, like head mounted on the wall.
Yeah,
There's a dodo beak on his desk.
And like a bear rug with like the like you can still see the mouth and
Like
eyes and everything.
oh god.
Yeah.
And he's of course he's got one of those little ball things in front of you where you hit one and it's like
Oh, the metronome things, yeah.
Yep.
thank you. I forgot what they were called.
I think it's Newton balls. I think.
Yeah, that's
One of those huge globes in the corner that definitely turns into a bar, but nobody knows that.
Yeah, Marcus is just there. He's sitting in this very, what I can imagine is a very nice leather chair.
And so he's just staring you down for like a good minute. At first, there's like silence as you just hear the of the metronome balls.
The buzzing of the lights overhead, the ticking of the clock.
Yeah, and there's still like the cheap like what kind of lights are those called? I forget that now too at the top of my head.
Fluorescence.
Those just the fluorescents are like zzz, zzz, zzz.
It's horrible. I hate it. I hate it here.
Brand new school can't afford good lighting.
No, they just make noise anyway. It's fine.
And he's just like
it's part of the interrogation process. He purposely doesn't fix
Not
it.
on purpose.
Yeah,
I
he
can
purposely
see
doesn't
that.
fix it. Yeah.
I can see that.
and then so minute of silence as the metronome balls are tick or click clacking, and then he's just like, so you want to share with me what you overheard? Or do I need to give you both attention to get it out of you?
Marcus just kind of looks at Cody like, he's your dad.
Oh, I see how it is. She would kind of look up. She probably hadn't been making any sort of eye contact up until maybe now, and even then it's probably not like full. But she would shake her head and say, wasn't much, sir.
Still my daughter as always. It's like, you can fool everyone else in the school, but you can't fool your old man. So, I'm going to assume you both heard a good portion of the conversation to know what that old lady stinking was talking about. And I know that you, and he's pointing like a big old finger at you, Cody. You know a lot about what goes on in this school, as you and your little buddies here, and he shoots a glare at Marcus before looking back at Cody, like to gossip more than anyone else I know. So, here's what I'm going to say. I will let you both go. I'm not going to give y'all detention for sneaking up or anything. But, I would like for you both, just keep your ear to the curb and figure this out. Because it's been happening way too much, and I'm tired of the parents trying to get on to me for it.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
And you, and he's now pointing at you, Marcus.
Sir.
And another thing.
I don't know you, and I already don't like you. I would prefer my daughter not accompany herself with people like you, but as you can see, she has a mind of her own. So,
nah, hearing the people like you, Marcus would look and be like, "What do you mean, people like me?"
Cody would
do you
probably
say
stand
that
up.
what you're thinking?
No, he says that. Marcus is not gonna bother talking about. He was like, Marcus is black, and he was raised not to take no shit.
No. This is not to be. This is not trying to make this guy sound racist at all. Basically, it's like he thinks no one is worthy to be around him or his daughter. Basically, is the vibe he's trying to give off. He thinks no
middle
one's
It's not a
class.
racist class thing.
Yeah, you're middle class.
It was
I am
like,
so sorry. That was not my intention for that to come off as.
No, we know. Yeah.
well, Marcus would know that, which like Marcus would kind of be like, "The fuck you mean?"
It's like, I did not give you permission to speak. He booms at you. And it's like you almost feel like your dreads kind of like blow just a little bit from this boom of his voice.
Again, I'd imagine it's like a bead of sweat starts to form, but Marcus stands 10. He stands 10 in his stance.
So I will give you this warning. If you do anything to my girl, I will bring the wrath of 1,000 hells upon you. Understood?
Yes, sir. He'll kind of do a joking little salute.
Cody looks mortified right now.
He waves a hand. Now you both get the fuck out of my office.
Up and out. No
Marcus
questions.
stands up. He stands up and he gets ready to leave, but then he turns his head back and just looks at him for like a hot second. Again, Marcus don't take it. He stands 10 in his
Yeah, he's over to the ground.
Like, he's going to stand 10 in his stance for as long as he physically can.
It's like you see the principal slowly start to stand up again as he's locking eyes with you.
And that's when Marcus will leave.
Yeah, no, I'm tugging your jacket. Get out of there, boy.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be a hero!
Just tug like your jacket or your backpack or something. Just like, no, come on, let's go.
Like the moment where it's just like, it's not worth it, Marcus.
Yeah, leave.
Once he started to slowly get up, Marcus would turn around and like speed out.
Yeah, we going.
Alright.
And then she'll probably look at her phone. Because,
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both get like a good distance away from the principal's office before you check your phones. And it's like the hallways are now empty now. Everyone is like, I think we'll say this is like maybe they're in the final class of the day. And so the halls are empty out. Everyone's not out in the hall. You check your phones. You see the message from Aidan to like meet up at the spot, basically.
All right. Then off we go.
Yep.
Spot.
Cody trying to like catch her breath.
I have to ask, is Codi in her cheerleading uniform right now?
Yes.
Or what is she wearing?
No, she's in her cheerleading uniform. I'm assuming like maybe the big end cheer show and like not like riot, but like the big end party thing is them in the gym till the end bell, you know? So it's probably a couple performances and then we all go home maybe.
I feel like it's going to be one of those kind of weird, funny tropes where it's like how the doctor is always in his scrubs no matter what scene he's in. I just imagine Cody's always going to be in her cheerleading outfit no matter the scene.
Always
happening.
I mean, when we're out of school, she'll be probably wearing something like more on the, not professional, but like she's going to look like a rich teenager.
Like yoga pants and like a crop top shirt or something. That's the first thing that pops in my head when you say that.
Yeah, no, that probably fits. Cardigan, maybe, worst case, yeah.
Alright, so we'll cut. So as you all start to make your way to the old gym, it's going to fast forward and cut to Aidan, I assume, is already there waiting for Marcus and Codi. End of part 1. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mysteries Unknown podcast. The background music you hear is from the official CMS soundtracks made by Son of Oak Studios. The content warning at the beginning was done by Ryan Bravo of Odd Loot. Any other characters and content mentioned on here belong to their rightful creators and owners. My name is Hunter the MC, and join me next time as we investigate the City of Mist.